bugs and glitches and fucking game crashes that we can find. Is, like it's been said by me before and pretty much every other YouTuber and every other person that's played the game, it's good. I mean, it mostly lives up to everything. Not everything, but it mostly lives up to what it was supposed to be, with you leaving planets, entering planets, going from planet to planet seamlessly, and mining asteroids and shit like that. Like, it does all of that well, but everything is very bland and boring aside from the vistas of the planets. Like, when you come across something like this obviously isn't the best example, but it's a pretty good example of like how the grass color offsets the mountains and the trees and all the rest of the plants and everything around here in the rocks, and it just looks good. And I've come across another planet that looks very good too, but most of the time it's very dull and boring and like all the same. Like, I've seen tons of those crab-looking creatures just in different variations, and then other animals that just have design features that are very off. Like, it'll have this giant T-Rex body, but it'll have little tiny, like, those little gopher creature feet, and then a small fucking, like maybe a tinier dinosaur tail, and it looks very odd and just doesn't seem right with the rest of the body. It's very bad. And I'm surprised that any of my waypoints saved, because normally when you restart a game, especially because I ended it last night with me being on another planet or pretty close to another planet, you start the game up and your waypoints are gone. I wonder if that's something they fixed in the patch. Anyways, as of now, with the latest patch that's come out, the duplication technique still works, but because they have implemented this fucking thing, like it's something like they have bots or drones that are inside of the game that excuse me, that'll go around and they will sorry, I'm a bit sick right now. They'll go around and they'll find bugs and glitches and stuff like that, and they'll fix them on so massive that the development team can't do it themselves. And if you see beforehand, I used to be able to stack up over 100 of these neutrino modules. In fact, this was one of the only like special item type things that you could actually stack up on, because most all the rest of them are all one of one. You can see here on the right side, instead of like with the supplies down here, these resources, you can get 250 of each until you bring them into your starship, and then it holds 500. Well, you were able to stack them for the longest time, and I just was too lazy to ever get around to wanting to finish the stack and start duplicating, because unlike the emerald that I was doing beforehand that got you 137, 500 per stack of 500 of it, and you'd have to keep doing hella of them just to get 1,000,000. You could see right here, this one, it's a stack of 100 gets you over 1,000,000. So realistically, all I would have to do is clear my inventory and keep duplicating it, and like that right here is 16 million. You come over here, I got probably about, I'd say about the same, 4, 8, 8, 16, 17, 18, so 18 million. And then just keep doing that over and over again, and you're stacking up money really fast. But they fixed it. When I get a chance, I'll show everybody when I can blast off and redo it. But they fixed it now, so it only has you being able to stack one of one and not over 100 of it anymore, and it's very fucking annoying. And it did that recently. Yesterday I was playing and I was doing it, and my game crashed on me when I was reloading the game, and when I started it back up again, now it only lets me get one of one. In fact, I'm going to try that right now to see if it's still like that, if it actually crashed, or if that was just something that was happening yesterday. Or quite potentially it might just be my save, like it glitched, and what do you call it? Hold on, I'm trying to find the space station here. like it glitched out because it crashed while it was trying to save or what have you, and now it's only doing it like that. So if you guys want to try it in your game, it's a space anomaly by the fucking space station like it always is. I hate that. Let's go see. So yeah, you might want to try it out in your game and see if it might only be mine. Because if it is only mine, then I would take advantage of it now if you're into those type of glitches and you don't feel like grinding out all that time physically getting 54 million units just to buy a ship, or even worse yet, doing what I'm doing and looking for one that's actually at 58 slots. Yeah, this game doesn't have enough substance for me to want to do that. And maybe if they had put in everything that they promised, or there was some multiplayer, or just more in general, I would do it. Or if they weren't talking about making these future updates of like the battleships and everything else that was supposed to be in here, like you creating bases and stuff like that was supposed to originally be free, and now they're talking about making you pay for it as paid DLC. Then I would have legitimately grounded out. Okay, so let's see my inventory really fast. How we're gonna do this. And this is another reason why I hate the inventory system, because all of my fucking upgrades are part of my inventory system. What the fuck is this shit? And I already know for a fact that you cannot equip everything that you get for your blaster over here, your fucking multi-tool, because there's way more than 24 upgrades. Like, look at all this shit. I only have like 6 more I can put on. It's bullshit. And I don't know if it's the same thing for your exosuit or your starship, because I'm only getting the same upgrades for my starship now. Like every now and then I might get a new one, like the photonics core or the latest warp reactor that I got. But as far as exosuit stuff goes, I really haven't gotten anything new for it in the longest time. In fact, I haven't even seen the last aeration membrane upgrade in a very long time. Okay, let's see. Carbon's really easy to get a hold of. Carbon. almost 150,000,000% sure that it's not going to work the way I want it to work. The duplication will still work, but it's going to fill each individual slot up with a fucking neutrino module, and it's going to say 1 of 1 instead of 1 of 100. Which should just about prove, until somebody else tries it and proves me wrong, that that those little bot things, or whatever the fuck they haven't been patched in, and that they're just not able to patch this type of duplication. This is just about the only way I'm going to really want to acquire 54 million units. I don't really see myself doing it any other way, like, aside from actually mining resources. I guess if you attack one of those distress signals, or like if you go help out a distress signal or attack one of those big space station things, but I doubt it gives you that many units. And I just don't want to fucking mine forever and ever and ever on a planet to get that much, or have to keep duplicating Emerald for literally 3 or 4 hours, or maybe 2 or 3, a couple hours, a good couple hours of it, just to buy the ship, and then doing it some more for me to want to actually have some money left over in my reserves. I seriously always avoid space combat because it fucking eats up so much of your oxides and your metals just to recharge your shields, and if you happen to get something disabled, you have so much other resources you have to use to fix it, and you have to find fucking Gravitino balls and stupid ass, what are they? It's fucking not neutrino modules. What are they called? Oh, that's sad. I don't even know, but there's a lot of stupid fucking, like, equipment pieces that you need for most of this stuff. It's very annoying. Dimensional matrix. And you need this type of stuff just to fix it too, not just when you need to build initially. Okay. So, as you can see anyways, the duplication works. I still have my inventory here. Everything over here is the way it was. Now I organized it beforehand. I'm sure we got maybe 1, 2 more, maybe 3 updates, depending on what they're doing, what they're fixing, before they get this down, if they ever do. It might be one of those deals like the Treyarch and Black Ops 3 Zombies with the dashboarding technique, where they just physically can't fix it on their own, and they need a huge collaboration with Sony and the whole team all together just to patch it, like a huge system-wide patch. Okay, so let's get rid of... let's keep getting rid of kidding me, I wasn't even in front of it. How the fuck are you gonna go back into this stupid ass thing? last year. I hope that it did not get sucked into this thing any more than it needed to have been. There we go, it's way over there now. Cool. Why I haven't cleared out the rest of the stuff in this inventory is because I have so many upgrades by now as far as like stuff that requires zinc and everything to recharge. Like a good example would be all of this that I need, that all those stacks of metal, especially on some of these planets that literally require the use of all three points. If they're extremely volatile or extreme conditions, you know. There, see? That pretty much ends that. So now instead of, let me get rid of this one, I don't need it anymore. See, instead of it being a stack of 100, now they've made it to where it's only one. You can only hold one like the rest of the items or trade commodities. And that's fucking dumb. That's really fucking dumb. I knew I should have taken advantage of that beforehand, although I don't know it would have, I don't think it would have made any difference. There was one of those little bots that fixed it. See, I never want to help out a distress signal because they literally, there's so many ships over there that they fucking will destroy you right away. And I don't have my ship upgraded to the point where I want to actually take stuff like that on because I don't have enough inventory space to really sacrifice out space for resources when you can hold well over 500, or not well over 500. I'm not going to give that up for fucking ship upgrades that I don't need, and I can just avoid spacing on that as much as possible. It's not even worth it, which is very sad. I really hate how whenever you get near a fucking planet or an object like this or a fucking space station or anything, you slow down to 75 fucking miles an hour or whatever the fucking speed is. And I can normally go about 2,000 with the upgrades that I have on. It's fucking dumb. So, I'm at this point in the game where I don't really have much of an interest in following the path of Atlas. It's most all just like, yeah, some story shit like this, and which has really kind of failed to engage me. And I will take the time to pay attention to story and stuff like that. And as far as the resources go, I've done it a couple times, and it's given me the same upgrades that I already have both times, so I just don't even make an attempt anymore. So I pretty much every single time it's find a shortcut to the center. You would think maybe every now and then he would give you something like, upgrades for your, not like actual upgrades like this, but he would give you an actual new multi-tool. Maybe a starship or something like that. A good feature in this game would have been, instead of you having to fucking always go and look for a crashed starship that you might not, either one, it's going to have less inventory slots, or it's going to have one more inventory slot than you already have on your ship, so it's not worth fixing everything that's damaged on it. And I've come across ones where, like, literally almost all the fucking guns are damaged, maybe a shield or two. You obviously always have to fix this, this, and this. And it's fucking dumb, and then it doesn't have any of these upgrades that you have put on it. You can't transfer them for some reason. And just, yeah, it's not worth fixing everything for one more fucking inventory slot that's already going to be taken up by some new upgrade that it has put on it. And what else? Or you literally have to come and sit out where the inside of a space station and sit there for maybe 30 minutes. It could be 5, could be 10, could be 30, an hour. It depends on how long, what kind of ship you want, how big of a ship you want, what kind of style. If you get to the one that you like, but another one flies in that you like, and now you want to wait for that to have the max amount of slots or whatever amount of slots you're looking for. It's really fucking stupid, it's dull, and it's frustrating. It would be nice for them to have an actual shop that you can go to purchase ships. Or maybe purchase a new multi-tool. I've pretty much at this point given up looking for or discovering every single planet in the galaxy anymore, only because I was under the impression the entire time that we would get those sand planets, and like lots of diversity, like an all-water planet, a sand planet, fucking like they were supposed to be closer to the sun and they would be more hostile or like more desolate, and just like all this different type of shit, and like not including the rotation, the planets rotating on an axis. But just like the sand planets, and like that video of like the fucking giant snakes flying around and like slithering all over the ground, like pretty much almost planetary sized snakes. And I don't know, I think for the first time the entire time I've had the game so far, until I watched the video, and then I just recently found out that I'm not in the fucking game, so done with exploring all the planets right now.
Navigational data received.
I've seen so much of the same variety in the species, and I don't have much care towards like the rocks and shit like that. Like there's differences in them, but not much. I even have fuel in my thing. Yeah, I do. Another thing I don't like either is oh god, my game froze, didn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful. My game crashed while I was fucking hyperdriving. Fuck this fucking game. Fuck it. That's gonna end that broadcast, obviously, because I have to restart the fucking game. So I'll be back with my game restarted, and we'll see how much data I lost. Because you're supposed to, like, it's supposed to save when you get out of your ship. And obviously, I got out of my ship to go talk to those guys inside of that space station, or inside of the anomaly, or whatever the fuck. And I had it beforehand to where I lost like an hour or two of saved data, even though I got in and out of my ship multiple times on different planets inside of different star systems. And I've even saved locations that I was able to upload later on, and I somehow lost all of that back to like fucking before I even warped out of the first star system that I initially chose to leave. I'm very frustrated right now. I can't even fucking talk straight. This is literally the 20th time the game has crashed. I'll be back.